Hi, this is Dan Gimple, and everything's good to go, so let's go flying.
Kern Valley traffic, Cardinal 220, taking the active, departing 17, straight out, Kern Valley.
We've just departed Kern Valley Airport in the southern part of California's Sierra Nevada mountains. The plan is to fly to Saline Valley and Death Valley National Park with a quick stop in Lone Pine so I can change the camera batteries. This film is just about the first part of this trip from Kern Valley to Lone Pine, where we'll be flying over some of my favorite scenery. The takeoff initially points us south where we climb out over Isabella Lake, but we'll start turning north right away towards the high country of the Kern Plateau that's between us and Lone Pine.
It's a pretty quick climb from the bottom of Kern Valley. Kern Valley Airport's at 2614, and we're currently at 6,000 feet. So as we run parallel to the wall here, hope to gain enough altitude to crest over it and then get into the plateau country just beyond. Now we're getting up there. Now we're starting to see some of the pretty stuff. Just a little bit south of the area that's called Domeland. Lots and lots of exposed granite. This is what the Sierra Nevada's famous for.
The rock formation below is officially called Church Dome, but I've always thought of it as the gun sight because it has this giant notch that you can see from 20 miles away. And as it always seems to be right on my direct route through the area, it's great to use as a waypoint.
9,000 feet now. Interesting set of crags here on the west side of Domeland. Higher parts of the Sierra Crest are starting to come into view. First we've got Olancha Peak. It stands apart from the rest of the crest. Now the higher country starts to come into view, and that's where you've got Langley, Whitney, your highest peaks of the High Sierra are in that group that are coming up dead ahead. This is one of my favorite views, favorite experiences in flying in this region, is flying along the crest and then having the crest come out from under and reveal the Owens Valley and the Panamint Valleys and the Basin Range region that's beyond. Such a startling contrast. The vista's probably got to go on for at least 100 miles. Off to the left, we've got the mostly dried out Owens Lake. See the larger part of the Owens Valley in a moment. Flying along the south flank of Olancha Peak, around 10,400 feet. just crossed the crest. Now we're on the eastern and very rugged side of Olancha. Gentle from the west. Have to turn out towards it so you can get a notion of how quickly the canyons descend into the valley.
Olancha Peak is just a bit over 12,000 feet high, but the Owens Valley below is only about 4,000 feet. That's quite a difference.
Got this ridge descending from Olancha Peak that's revealing Mount Langley, Mount Whitney beyond that. And as we pass this ridge, which we will in a moment, I think one of the most dramatic escarpments anywhere, just this plunge. We're currently at 10,900 feet. Looking north-northeast. We're being Templeton Meadows.
We're circling over the extremely rugged Cartego Canyon. I'm always amazed at the sight of this place, how it seems that the earth just split open and fell away. It's such a big contrast compared to the gentle land just west of here.
There we go, good view of the escarpments below us. Doing our turns at 10,900 feet. From here we're going to descend down into Lone Pine. Good time to change the batteries. Don't have that much endurance, especially when I'm filming a lot. Get about an hour at a time up in the air before the batteries are gone.
Though this all may seem like it's remote wilderness, it's surprisingly easy to get to, and I don't mean just from the air. The cut into the mountain ahead of us is Horseshoe Meadows Road, a spectacular yet quick and easy way to drive straight into the high country. You don't need four-wheel drive to get up here. A regular car will do just fine. And all of this is only a few hours drive from Los Angeles.
Currently at 9.5.
We're descending along the mountains here as far as Whitney Portal, which is just a little ahead of us now. We'll peek into the canyon there a bit before we turn around and head towards Lone Pine.
Sort of a mid-altitude view. We're at 9.3, descending. Looks pretty dramatic from right here. It actually looks more dramatic here than it does up on top of it. The thing about the altitude and being on top of it, it tends to flatten everything out. But from this perspective, looks like an awful lot more vertical than from higher up. Whitney Portals, the road into Whitney Portals is straight ahead of us now. We'll be able to get a good look into Whitney Portals Canyon. The road only goes to about 8,500. We're at 9,000 right now. We'll be able to take a peek into the mouth of the canyon. We're heading away from it. Oh man, some of the bins of granite, the one that's straight in front of us. Just amazing how far it goes up and down. Such large spans of it that are uninterrupted. There we go. Quick peek into the portals. That's as much as we can do before we should head out of it. Be able to see the road, it's paved road, this one, heavily used. You spend much time in the mountain itself. Again, the changes here are so dramatic from the flat floor of the Owens Valley into these canyons on the east side of the Sierra. Looking at the Alabama Hills, we're just north of them, 7,800 feet descending. Actually having a lot of trouble descending, getting a lot of uplift, a bit of turbulence.
We were headed north until a few minutes ago, but now we've turned south to get down to Lone Pine. FYI, we're flying in a Cessna Cardinal RG, that is, RG for retractable gear. It has a single 200 horsepower engine, it can carry 4 people, and it cruises at about 150 miles per hour. This particular plane is turbocharged so it can go well above 20,000 feet, which makes it ideal for flying over the high mountains we just crossed.
Lone Pine traffic, Cardinal 220, maneuvering 6,000 feet, about 3 miles to the west over the hills.
We're over the Alabama Hills now, just a little west of Lone Pine. These rocky hills should look rather familiar. When I googled the list of movies filmed in the Alabama Hills, it came up with 370 of them. Everything from Wagon Train to Iron Man.
Turning 45 to make the traffic pattern for Lone Pine. That's the Owens River down below us. Lots of oxbows. Most of its water's been captured and through the aqueduct that's flowing to the west of here. That's Lone Pine Airport coming into view. Lone Pine traffic, Cardinal 220, turning 45 to downwind, making left traffic, 16 Lone Pine.
I'm announcing my position in the landing pattern to any other air traffic in the area. Lone Pine Airport, like so many other small airports, does not have a control tower, so this is what we do instead.
Lone Pine traffic 220, turning base 16 Lone Pine. Lone Pine traffic 220, turning final 16.
When I call out, 220 is the identity of the plane, and 16 is roughly the compass direction of the runway we're landing on, in this case, almost south, and that's the direction the wind is coming from too. The mountains in the background are the Inyo Mountains. Saline Valley is on the other side of those, and that's where we're headed next.
Looks like it's kind of breezy here. The taxiway is pointing straight at Mount Whitney. This is Lone Pine Airport. We're pulling onto the ramp that is right next to Highway 395 as it enters the town of Lone Pine from the south side. You'll see a lot of holiday traffic coming through. Campers and too soon for skiers, but an awful lot of holiday traffic, given that it's still Sunday of a prime weekend.
So now we stop to change the camera batteries, and this ends this first segment of our trip to Saline Valley. So don't wander off too far. We'll be on our way again in just a few minutes.